Today is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, and I totally shit the bed. It's finally happened, a gigantic red day. I'm down about 370 bucks, which is like 17% of my account on the day. Um, just a total embarrassment for me. Um, and I've frustrated at myself. I'm embarrassed at myself for letting all this happen. Um, I'm making this video. It's only 7:30. I took this gigantic losing trade at 6:30. Um, so that being said, uh, up until that point, I was 10 for 11. I had gained $2.16 worth of profit ratio on the day, and I was averaging about 21 cents a trade. Um, the last trade I took, I got in testing a new high on a stock, and it didn't hold that level, and then it started reversing. That was like a very clear Christmas tree pattern, green to red, and the downhill slope started, and I was in on it. And instead of just getting out and taking one of my bigger losses that I've had in a long time, share wise, uh, I doubled down, and then it kind of rebounded, and I could have got out close to break even, very close to break even, but I didn't. I thought maybe another 15 or 20 seconds it'll give me a little bit of profit. It didn't, and then it dropped down to the next level super quick. Double down there. And I did this pattern probably 3 or 4 times before I actually ran out of settled cash. I've been trading with 5 shares, and by the time I sold on this big losing trade, I was up to 275 shares, all of my available settled cash, and it ended up being a loss of $1.40 per share at 275 shares. For a guy that's normally trading 5 or 10 shares at a time, it just totally shocked my account. I'm embarrassed that I let it get that low. I mean, it just goes against everything that I've been really doing so good here these past few weeks. Getting out of losing trades really quickly. I've gotten really good at even just keeping them break even or just a 1 or 2 cent loss. I mean, 4 or 5 cents has been on the bigger side here for me the past few weeks. So to let this thing just keep going and keep going is just um, kind of ashamed of myself, honestly, in a weird sense of the way. Even earlier in the morning, there was the one trade that I got out exactly break even on. That trade I got in at $4.18, and there was 2 different times where it had broke 450 and was in the 470s, and I didn't take profit. That would have been the biggest trade I've had in 2 weeks. 2 different times it broke the 470s, and by the time I got out of it, it was down all the way back down to break even. Like, what are you doing? Take your friggin' profit. I'm shooting for 10 or 12 cents at a time. That was a 50, 60 cent swing that I didn't take. Um, that should have been kind of a red flag to me then. It did kind of. I remember writing that trade down on my report card and thinking, what are you doing? That would have been a gigantic trade. You were shooting for 450, and it went all the way to 480, and you didn't take it. And then 20 minutes later, I do this stair step down, double down. I must have doubled down 3 or 4 times, and then my last double down, I didn't even have enough settled cash. I had to buy like 15 shares or something. Um, so, anyway, $385 losing trade to end the day puts me at like 370 bucks in the red on the day. I think I had already gained a little bit of profit on my previous trades, trading 5 shares at a time. But then when I end up settling in at 275, uh, really poor day for me. Um, really big punch to the gut here. and it really took a lot of the wind out of my sails here. I'm doing a lot of kind of reflecting right now and wondering how I could have made such a gigantic swing the other way compared to what I've been doing here lately. Leave the trade another day. Tomorrow's Wednesday morning. Hopefully, I can be a little better tomorrow on Wednesday. All right. This is where I made my gigantic losing trade on Tuesday morning. Ticker YOUL. This 1 minute chart. And I had done well previously on this move, um, on this front side. I had taken 6 trades on this ticker up till this peak here, and I had done very well. 2 trades. My 2 best trades of the day were both for 42 cents in this range right here. But as we got up here, this topping tail broke $8, and then it shot back down. I caught in on this tail at 785, thinking that it would probably retest $8 and kind of hold the $8 mark. Didn't happen at all. It just went downhill from there. So this all started at 785. I doubled down here at like the $7 range, and I could have gotten very close to a break-even trade at that point. Didn't take it. Again, down here in the 650s, kind of where this green doji candle is. Same thing. By the time I doubled down, and it kind of rebounded up, very close to break even at that point, and it just continued shit in the bed. I was hoping for maybe a VWAP bounce here. I doubled down again down here just below VWAP, and we didn't get any sort of bounce. It just completely broke through VWAP. I ended up getting out on this doji candle here at 477. By that point, my average buy-in was 617. So that gave me a loss of $1.40 per friggin' share this whole time. I mean, if I would have just gotten out at 740 instead of letting this tank all the way down, yeah, it would have been one of my bigger losses, as far as cents per share goes. But I would have lost like 50 cents or something, not even $1. Um, but instead, I was being stubborn, trying to keep my accuracy up and my losers tight, and I just kept doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. And then look at this. What am I doing here, man? This is just ridiculous. No sense in being in that at all. Um, you know, it just goes to show you that sometimes, I don't even know what I can say. It is what it is. Very dumb move by me. Nobody on planet Earth would say that was a smart move, and they could see how maybe it was going to work. I mean, just a really poor trade and just stubborn habit right there. Poor trading psychology.